In late September of 2024, flyers were seen spread across New York City promoting a Timothee Chalamet lookalike contest. It had a date, time, and location, a cash prize of $50, and a QR code attached to it. Scanning the QR code led you to a Partiful page hosted by a mysterious man only going by Gilbert. There, you could RSVP for the event or enter yourself into the competition by posting a selfie. Through the power of social media and word of mouth, the contest gained some momentum, seeing roughly 600 signups within its first week and over 3,000 by the day of the event. The Timothy lookalikes signed up in droves, with some of the contestants being from the city, while more than half were planning to fly in from various parts of the country. It caught the attention of people from London. It'd be a story they told to their grandkids. An Australian lookalike signed up, hoping to find love in the streets of New York. Oi, oi, oi. Two brothers were making their way up 900 miles to Manhattan just for the event, planning to use a prize money of $50 to make it back to their home state of Missouri. The event attracted sexy rodent men, and I'm not making that up, okay? In mid 2024, women began to confess their love of rodents like men. People like Mike Faced, Jeremy Allen White, Barry Keegan, and Timothee Chalamet were all being championed for their mouse like facial features.
And people are saying they look like cartoon mice. I mean, we're not, by the way.
But this is not a slam on them
No,
at all.
This means
it's the opposite.
You should want to date Stuart Little.
Yes.
Мужчины, похожие на крыс. В Голливуде появился новый тренд. Hot Rodent Man Trend. Rodent– это грызун.
Look, you probably don't even know Russian, but you can't lie. You understood that. And I mean, they're not wrong. These men do kind of look like some variation of a rodent, but not in a bad way. The hot rodent men summer died as quickly as it rose, but it gave this contest some momentum. And to these Timothée Chalamet lookalikes, it became a term of endearment. To prepare for the event, some girls started making flyers, posters, and business cards announcing that they're single, hoping to find a Timothy lookalike that they could take home on that day. Specifically, one of these young women, Summer, was seeking out a man that looked like he was dying of malnutrition. It's not uncommon to ask for the Timothée Chalamet haircut. It's one of the most popular styles young men are asking for these days. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that hundreds of lookalikes signed up. They've all been told they look like Timothy at some point, and to prepare for that role, they decided to put on their best Timmy. Some went for the Paul Atreides look, some decided on Willy Wonka, and a few thought this was a Bob Dylan contest. But in the end, it was just guys with brown hair. For what was only a $50 cash prize, this event was shaping up to be a big one. As it gained more media attention, a fan of the contest opened up a campaign on the platform Cajole to pledge $5,000 to charity if the real Timothée Chalamet stopped by, even for a hot second. The goal was reached a week before the event, and Timothy's team informed Cajole that they were aware of the campaign, and it's possible that he even may show up. As the date grew closer to the event, not much more information came out. The event's organizer, Gilbert, wanted to keep this as mysterious as possible, but yet 3,000 people RSVP'd to an event they barely knew anything about. The original Twitter post by Antifa gained a lot of attention, but word of mouth spread it even farther, with most participants being pushed by their friends and family to enter. But some genuinely thought they had a real shot at winning.
Can you give us your best Timothy impression?
Oh, I could probably give you like a Timmy pose or something. Kind of hit one of these, get the hair going, look back, maybe get like a little glasses drop the other way. Probably the best I got.
Hey, I'm Timothée Chalamet. What's up?
Sir, how you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great right now.
Get this man $50.
Where's my 50 bucks?
Does this guy look like Timothée Chalamet or what?
All of this came to its realization on October 27th of 2024, when an estimated 10,000 people showed up at Washington Square Park to see it all happen. There were over 100 Timothys participating, thousands of onlookers, and hundreds of girls with signs announcing their intent for a Timothy lookalike. What started out as flyers on parking meters turned into a media frenzy. It was covered by every major news outlet. AP News even did a partial live stream of the event. There were brands flying out contestants, modeling agencies were scouring to find their next Timothy, and it was even reported that they were being offered minor movie roles playing as his body double.
What do you think about what's going on today here?
Hey, we're scouting models. Would you like to check us out?
I'll take a look. What do you think about what's going on today?
It's very overwhelming, but I'm not surprised that so many people showed up.
Show us that.
What is going on?
Show us. Tell us what just happened.
I've been scouted by Muse. A great time, right?
At around 1 p.m. off the entrance at Waverly Place, a man dressed as Charlie Chaplin made his grand appearance, walking his penny farthing bike. Although, he did have the intention of riding it.
I did. Hi, Timothy. My name's Anthony. Hi, Timothy. I was in charge of the Timothee Chalamet Lookalike competition. I anonymously hung up 100 of these flyers across New York City.
The mysterious organizer, Gilbert, was none other than the YouTuber Anthony Poe, and this wasn't his first public outing. Earlier in 2024, videos began to circulate of a man in an orange mask eating an entire jar of cheese balls at Union Square.
Eat that cheese ball! Eat those cheese balls! Eat those cheese balls! Eat those cheese balls!
And then of people at Bryant Park participating in a banana eating festival.
Started with Cheese Ball Man, but now we've added Banana Boy and Melon Felon.
All you hear about New York is just full of hatred, and it's like a violent place, but really deep down, everybody just likes chilling out and eating fruit.
Eat a banana like that?
Yeah, you can. Saves time, you know?
Talk about saves time.
This is nature healing itself from the past, 4 years.
This is what New York is all about. Just crazy, random
Anthony Poe was the brainchild behind these public stunts, and this was his next big idea. He'd always been told he looks like a bald Timothee Chalamet, and that became the main inspiration behind this contest, something he took about 3 months to plan. With him, he brought a comically large check that amounted to $50, and a 5-foot trophy that'll be handed to the winner of the contest. As the crowd gathered to form a circle around him, Anthony explained the rules. Each lookalike will be presented, and the one who receives the most cheers will be crowned the next Timothee Chalamet. But let's take a look at these contestants. Most of them just have a middle part or some curly hair. One of them kind of looks like Nicholas Cantu. Another one kind of looks like Adam Friedland. And this one could have entered and won the Jacob Elordi contest, which did happen, by the way, in Australia. Not a single person showed up for that. The event organizers went around the park looking for anyone that spiritually resembled Jacob. Surprisingly, they did find somebody sitting on a park bench who closely resembled Jacob, and he won $50. But I think this dude could have really had a shot as Jacob Elordi. Instead, he received a bunch of boos, but was one of the few contestants to get a girl's phone number.
I'll give you my number.
He's pretty, but he's not Timothy.
You want my number?
I'll take that.
I'll give you my number.
This one could have entered the Tommy Shelby lookalike contest and he would have had a fair shot at winning. But that was instead won by a 66-year-old man in England who received $500 in the form of a shopping spree at the mall. I will admit though, Timothee Chalamet and Timothée Chalamet were two adorable entries into the contest. But unfortunately, a dog is not considered a sexy rodent man. This guy's whole personality on TikTok revolves around him looking like Timothée Chalamet, even calling himself Timu Timothy. So naturally, he got flown out from Wisconsin by an Australian beauty brand to promote their company. They basically did the Subway guy bit from Community. But to be fair, he did look like Timothy the most out of the other contestants. If Timothy was orange and had an extremely punchable face, still, he did get a business card from that one girl. This guy quite literally had a makeup artist come to his house, fill in his eyebrows and contour his jawline, only to be met with this.
No.
One thing that ticked me off was the amount of Bob Dylans there. This isn't a Bob Dylan lookalike contest. The Willy Wonkas I can forgive. Not this guy though. But Bob Dylan's a real person. You're just cosplaying as Bob Dylan at that point. And look at this guy with the overgrown sideburns thinking he can get away without shaving them. He doesn't even make any sense.
I've been told by several people I look like Bob Dylan, and Timothee Chalamet is playing Bob Dylan in the upcoming movie A Complete Unknown. And you know, if Timothee Chalamet looks like Bob Dylan and I look like Bob Dylan, then by default I look like Timothee Chalamet.
No, shut up. That's not how it works. Anyway, his harmonica skills were not able to save him. Most of the contestants were pressured into entering either by their friends, girlfriends, or their family. They believed all it took to look like Timothee was the curly hair and being gassed up a few times, or having Timothee's fidgeting personality, whatever that means. Niche internet micro celebrity Grace Furby was even stopped by Teen Vogue on her way to school simply for having curly hair that resembled Timothee's.
Are you here for the Timothee Chalamet lookalike contest? And I was like, no, I can be now. So I'm here, and we're just gonna see what.
A few things took place during this event. The YouTuber Lauren Brodoff filmed a sketch in the form of a French New Wave film, where she searches for a lost love Timothee in a sea of Timothee lookalikes. The lookalikes were all being interviewed by major news outlets. One person was even giving out baked cookies with Timothee's face on them, and one of the Willy Wonkas started throwing out chocolate bars. By the looks of it, things were getting a bit out of hand, and from videos posted online, it was hard to see anything going on for anyone there. Quickly following Gilbert's entrance, the police and the park rangers started telling the crowd to disperse and go home, issuing citations and threatening to arrest Anthony's team if they didn't comply. As the event was being shut down, one of the lookalikes dressed as Paul Atreides called for an uprising, with several onlookers shouting, Lisan al-Gaib. Around 4 people were taken into custody that day for an unscheduled demonstration, with 2 of them being contestants themselves. One of them, 24-year-old Matt Mannix, received 4 summons including failure to comply, disorderly conduct, and trespassing. As Matt began to take a photo with the girl, the police grabbed him and put him in handcuffs. They were mostly being elusive, not quite telling Matt why he was being arrested, and the crowd grew furious, demanding they free Timmy.
Don't take my phone! Yo! Don't take my phone!
50% of the NYPD's job is to just scratch your balls in public. Matt was unjustifiably arrested, as was the other Willy Wonka lookalike. If you go through the full live stream or any of the clips shown, there's never been a moment that shows what they really did wrong. Fortunately, Anthony did help Matt figure things out, even offering to foot the bill. And HBO reached out to book Matt for a casting, so not everything turned out poorly for him. Spencer DiLorenzo was one of the participants who signed up early on, and truthfully, he had a fair shot at winning. Most of the original crowd were already starting to crown him the People's Princess due to his short stature, but he was hoisted up on his friend's back to the cheers of many others.
What do you think about the cops shutting it down and everything?
I think it's a disgrace.
It's fascism! What else do you think?
I think it's a bit rude, but I mean, I understand all the people here.
As Spencer began preparing to take photos for GQ, the real Timothee Chalamet creeped up behind him, taking off his face mask and surprising everyone there. Timothy had known about the event for quite some time, being informed by his mom, friends, and the street signs of New York. While shooting the movie Marty Supreme, Timothy was filmed walking by a street sign that had his poster on it, later revealing that the set director had to move the flyer away as it was in the frame.
How did you find out about it? I mean, there were posters everywhere in New York. Yeah, and you were just like, I'm gonna go. Well, my mom, people sent it to me. I saw while I was shooting the movie, I was just shooting. Yeah. It was in the background of a shot, and they had to move it. So, that's not every day that happens, right?
He was a good sport about it. He's even talked about the competition with some of the crew from his set. He wasn't there for long, though. He stayed for about a minute before running back to his car and taking on his role as being a stepfather. But because of Timmy's split-second appearance, $5,000 was donated to charity. Probably the best thing to have happened from all this. It was a surreal experience for Spencer, who's probably going to remember that for the rest of his life. Although he didn't win the competition, it wasn't necessarily his fault. During the chaos of it all, with Timothy showing up and the police arresting the contestants, Anthony had to change locations to Mercer Playground, informing everyone there of the Great Timothy Pilgrimage.
We are hosting a Timothee Chalamet Lookalike contest, and we got kicked out of Washington Square Park.
Gilbert speaking. Guys, we're going to make a little bit of a pilgrimage across the street because the park enforcement is yelling at us, which is totally understandable. So if everybody could make a quick pilgrimage so we can wrap this thing up potentially and crown a winner.
The crowd of over 10,000 people migrated 2 blocks south to a much smaller park, shutting down the streets and blocking cars as they marched on. During the pilgrimage, a great deal of Timmys were lost, mostly unaware of what was going on, and only a smaller group of a good 1,000 people were able to follow along due to the comically large check and the 5-foot trophy. It was here at the second location that the lookalikes were finally judged, and it was based on a few things: crowd reactions, a speed dating round, and a few questions for the finalists. More than half of the Timothys who were at Washington Square Park failed to show up at Mercer Playground, and the ones who did, well...
No.
The ones who tried too hard got booed, the ones who barely tried got applauded. Some of them already knew they were going to lose, and some of them were there to just have fun. It came down to about 5 finalists. One from Arkansas, one from Australia, a Willy Wonka lookalike, a Paul Atreides lookalike, and David, the crowd favorite.
Silence! Oh! Statistics! 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 Yo, thank you guys, thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
A lot of the women there were looking for their next rodent boyfriend. They held signs announcing they were single, wore customized t-shirts and outfits, and even booed at the participants with girlfriends.
Summer, single, 24-year-old woman. Do you want to go on a date with me? You're here to find your Timothee Chalamet boyfriend?
Hinge isn't working, so I have to do something.
One of these girls was Summer Mae Campbell. You may have seen her earlier custom making 500 business cards for the event, but she made her presence feel known throughout the whole contest. She went around handing out her business cards to any Timothy she saw, even dumping them out at the end for anyone to collect.
Show the camera your sign, please.
Yes. So this is one side of it. This is the other side.
Okay, and what were you hoping to leave with today, or what would happen today?
I was hoping to meet some beautiful Timothys and make a connection, and I have to say that I've been successful and I'm very satisfied with this event.
Okay, cool. And you also had business cards, right?
I do.
Can you show the camera really quick?
Sure.
Do you think all girls should be walking around with business cards like this?
Honestly, we might want to return to the time of the Gilded Age when having a calling card was the thing.
After the initial crowd reactions came the speed dating round, where a few of the lookalikes were auctioned off. If you can't get the real Timothy, why not try a completely different person? The Australian was cheered on, but he didn't seem to get a date. And the Arkansas boy was booed, but he did seem to get a date. Tells you a lot about society.
Oh!
Woo! Are you looking for somebody right now? I am looking for someone right now. Okay, all right. Yeah, contestant number 1. There's one contestant. Come here.
Summer was one of the first to sign herself up for the speed dating round. having to choose between Spencer and the Australian. She agreed to go on a date with Spencer, but was more interested in the Australian. Tells you a lot about society. Anyway, Spencer wasn't upset at all. Rather, he was one of the only people to have gotten a picture with the real Timothy. So everyone's a winner here. Except maybe the Australian who traveled over 10,000 miles to come in 5th place, you loser, and be rejected for a 5'3" Timothy.
No way! Who did you meet? Tell us more! One of the Timothys asked me to get dinner tonight, which I can't do because I'm going to a Halloween party. But one of the other Timothys made a beautiful connection with me on stage at the dating show portion of the programming. And many other Timothys have received my card, and slay will be in correspondence with me shortly, I do believe.
So we know Hinge doesn't work. And apparently embarrassing yourself by printing out 500 bespoke business cards for the Timothee Chalamet Lookalike contest gets you ghosted.
The lookalikes were asked a few questions, like what their favorite Timothee Chalamet movie was, or if they'd impregnate Kylie Jenner.
Out of all the questions I thought they would ask, impregnating Kylie Jenner was not even in the top 1,000 questions that I think they would ask.
They were then asked to speak in French, which only David and the Australian were able to do.
I don't know French.
Bonjour, je m'appelle David, Timothy, je m'appelle, je suis happy, j'adore tout, bonjour, love you.
It boiled down to the Willy Wonka and the Paul Atreides lookalikes, coming down to one last question. What would you do with the $50 prize money? Xander, the Paul Atreides lookalike, answered by saying he'd take his girl out on a date, but that was met by many boos and ultimately cost him the win.
Oh, I just would like to take my girlfriend out on a date tonight.
Oh, he's a lover.
The winner of the contest was Miles Mitchell, who said he'd use his prize money to buy more chocolates to give to everyone. He came in dressed as Willy Wonka with a briefcase full of candy, a perfect costume for this late October event. He walked away with a giant check for $50, a huge trophy cementing his win, and a dad story for the ages. Granted, he does look more like Alex Wolff from the Naked Brothers band than Timothee Chalamet, but he won the hearts of many by tossing out candy and playing into the Wonka character. He was seen throughout the entire event taking photos with other Timothys, and has even gone viral for getting a Timothee Chalamet-inspired haircut in late September of 2023. After winning the event, he paraded the streets of New York with his newfound trophy, and has since relished in the media attention that came with winning. Miles has since collaborated with Mr. Breast, the Rizzler, and the Costco guys. He was invited to the Gojo Lookalike competition where he threw out Mr. Beast bars. I would have thrown them right back. All the Timothys were given $50 by Anthony, and eventually they were all invited out to a New York Jets game, ending up on the Jumbotron and having a grand old time.
Timmy, it's your boy Lil Timmy Tim. Yeah. What up, statistics class? I'm coming through live from G25. Yeah.
Miles eventually did meet the real Timothy during a screening of A Complete Unknown, even taking a photo with him that's since gone viral on Instagram.
See ya. I like the hair.
Thank you.
I like the hair.
I think I look a bit like you.
Yeah. What place did you come in?
First.
Oh shit! Let's go. Let's get a pic real quick.
But back to Anthony Poe. He was expecting a large crowd due to the number of signups, but what he didn't expect was for over 10,000 people to show up. Thankfully, his backup plan to Mercer Playground seemed to work. However, he was still issued a $500 fine by park rangers for the unpermitted costume contest. Timothee Chalamet's team offered to pay for the fine, but Anthony declined, as it was already paid off by Partiful, the company he worked with to get this event to be as great as it was. But here's the thing, this wasn't the first lookalike contest that week, nor was it the first one hosted by Anthony Poe. Right alongside Timothy's face was a poster for a Kai Cenat lookalike contest being held the day before, with a bigger prize pool of $100, along with the winner receiving a PS5. Around 90 people had RSVP'd for the event, but on the day of, less than 20 people showed up.
Off to the judges.
What's up, chat?
However, the 9 Kaisenat lookalikes that did show up brought more energy than all of the Timothys combined. They danced, told jokes, were more out there, and there was even a surprise appearance made by the Squid Games people, with it all being won by Red Kai.
What's good, bro?
You tell me where you from?
I'm from New York, man. Born and raised in Queens.
Oh, word? Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
What?
That's crazy. Yeah.
You not kinda. You from the Bronx. Get out of here, bro. Role-play.
Although Timothy's appearance was only brief, it resulted in one of the most viral moments of 2024, with tweets about the situation gaining nearly 500,000 likes. What started off as just a joke by Anthony Poe and his friends quickly became one of the most viral trends as of late 2024, with over 35 contests being held since.
And citizens, tonight we steal the moon.
The first to come was on November 7th, when a Paul Mescal contest was held in Ireland with about 6 participants signing up the day of, and only one of them coming in prepared. Jack Wallow Riley donned the ever-famous Paul Mescal outfit, a hoodie, a pair of shorts, and the signature earbuds. For this, he was awarded a giant check with the option to cash it in for €20 or 3 pints from a pub. Paul Mescal eventually called up his lookalike during a radio interview, and their conversation went about as wholesome as you can get.
Hello, morning, folks. It's a pleasure and a privilege to talk to you.
Hi, Jack.
How you doing?
talk to your lookalike.
This is bananas. I actually, Jack, I saw the photo. You captured the spirit of me very well.
2 days later, a Harry Styles lookalike competition took place in London Soho Square for a hefty sum of $50. 13 contestants were judged in front of 500 people based on 4 categories: Best Style, Best Hair, Best Lookalike, and Worst Lookalike. None of them really looked like Harry Styles. One dude did kind of look like Niall Horan though, but the worst lookalike went to a man holding a small watermelon and a kilo of sugar. But he became a crowd favorite and was given a 4-pack of beers. The winner was 22-year-old Oscar, resembling Harry Styles the most out of everyone, and he planned to use the prize money for a new guitar pedal, as he was a singer for the band Parlay. When asked why he joined, he just wanted a little bit of fame and publicity for his music. It wasn't that deep. A day later, organizers in San Francisco were hoping to bring out more South Asian representation, so they held a Dev Patel lookalike contest that garnered a crowd of over 600 people. It was a lot more organized, with the prize pool consisting of $50, a bouquet of roses, and a gold Monkey Man statue. About 20 lookalikes signed up. Most of them are just brown guys with long hair and beards, but they did appreciate being celebrated as a South Asian man. The contestants first introduced themselves by way of bullhorn to either a crowd of cheers or boos, and those who survived were asked to show off their dev-like talent. 2 of the lookalikes went viral on Twitter for randomly queening out. The contest was not won by dance, but by one man zipping his jacket up to a crowd of cheers. Shaipreet came in late, but won the contest with ease, with many early voters already seeing him as a clear champion. After winning the event, he planned to get 4 burritos to share with the 600 people there, a proper step towards communism. Although he didn't make an appearance at the event, Dev Patel revealed he heard about the lookalike contest and was overwhelmed by it, proud of the South Asian representation, and saying he would have lost because most of the men who showed up were far more handsome and qualified than he was. On November 17th, 2 Jeremy Allen White lookalike contests took place, with one in Chicago and the other one at Washington Square Park. More than 50 lookalikes showed up to compete in Chicago, with most of them cosplaying as Carmi from The Bear. But not a single one came as Lip Gallagher from Shameless, a character he played for more than a decade. I lied, so one did, but he dubbed himself Paparazzi Jeremy and he came in late by about 20 minutes, smoking and handing out camels to the crowd while also demanding a recount.
I pulled up 20 minutes late.
Oh, so
I didn't even get to enter.
we got flowers though.
I'm Paparazzi Jeremy.
Period.
But you know, it's all good. It's about community. It's not about the dub.
And at the end of the day, I think we're all a little Jeremy Allen White today.
Okay, period.
Tons of female Jeremy Allen Whites popped out. Dante decided to make a wild guest appearance. And there was even a toddler Jeremy that was brought into the mix. A crowd of over 1,000 people judged the lookalikes as they each gave their small pitch, with a few of them even competing in a cigarette smoking event, and one snorting something that I obviously have to blur. But there was only one winner, and that was 37-year-old mental health therapist Ben Shabbat, who the crowd saw as an early favorite, making it to the final 3 with ease. As they announced the winner, Ben was given $50, a pack of Marlboros, and a little trophy to commemorate his win. He was lifted into the air by the other Jeremys, with people now realizing why their therapist canceled on them that day. But he's since been able to capitalize off Jeremy's image, gaining new clients, being interviewed by multiple news agencies, and even having brands sponsor him with products. At the same time this was going on, a different Jeremy Allen White contest was being held at Washington Square Park, with about 7 contestants showing up to compete for 2 packs of cigarettes and a 7-day MetroCard. One of them even flew in from Los Angeles, but the organizers either forgot about or didn't care enough about the event to even show up, resulting in someone from the crowd hosting it. The unofficial winner was this guy, Andrew, and it said that the contest was rigged in his favor because his cousin was going around spreading propaganda.
God, this guy does not stand a chance.
This person showed up for the wrong competition. This is not the Timothee Chalamet one.
So then they all start lining up and the crowd is forming, so I take this opportunity to start spreading propaganda. It's going to be an audience vote.
I think the second from the left looks the most like him.
Second from the left. Shit, the guy next
Yeah, right? I'm like, you went all out.
Applause they're getting. Dead silent, crickets, like I did not make a peep for anyone else. And then listen to the applause for Andrew. Yeah, I think we have a winner.
Across the river in Brooklyn, a Zayn Malik superfan held a lookalike contest for the grand prize of a free tattoo. Over 200 people came to see 13 contestants who looked nothing like Zayn, but it was all in good fun, and they even brought the signs back. It came down to about 3 finalists, some random brown guy, a butch lesbian, and Shiv Patel, the winner of this event, who only knew Zayn Malik by name.
I've been waiting for this day since high school, so...
What's your favorite One Direction song?
Oh my god, how can you choose? But I like Pillow Talk by Zayn Malik.
Okay.
This trend gained so much momentum that when a Glen Powell lookalike contest was being held, Glen Powell himself offered the winner a cameo in his next movie, even sending his mom and aunt over to judge the competition.
I want to pull off a heist. And we don't need masks because we all have the same face. It's the perfect crime. They can't get all of us because we are one. A criminal glenterprise. Also, I know it's November, but if no one is shirtless for no reason, then this whole thing is a sham, and obviously nobody is committed to the bit. Look, I know there is some cash and a hat at stake here, but I just wanted to say that the winner of today's contest gets a personal prize from me. Now, you may know that my parents make a cameo in every movie I make, but today, the winner of the Glen Powell Lookalike Contest wins their parents, or any family member of their choice, a cameo in my next movie. I am completely serious. This is a cash value prize of $6 billion.
As some of you guys may know, United Healthcare denies claims that nearly doubled the industry average, but they made $22 billion in profits last year alone. Which is why on December 4th, a man in a green jacket did what he had to do. But we're not here for that. We're here to determine who the best lookalike of him was.
Contestant number 3. Woo! Contestant number 4. Woo! Contestant number 5. Woo! Contestant number 6. Woo!
Donned with jackets and face masks, 8 people showed up to compete, with around 30 onlookers there to see it. To give you some context, this was just 2 days before the real shooter was caught, so the police were still on the lookout for him. But what's funnier is that a K-pop group was filming right behind them while all this was going on.
Competition.
That's you?
For the,
For the... Oh my god! The guy who shot the CEO. I don't know if I want to be a part of that. I didn't shoot him.
She said she shot him. I just got back from Atlanta. Hot Atlanta. Hello. How you doing? All right, so the FBI can come out now.
Got him.
Got him.
There was obviously one winner, the only one who had both the green jacket and the face mask on. He wasn't even trying, that's just what he wore every day. But the winner received $50, which he plans to split with Palestinian relief programs. And when asked why he joined, he believed it was important for people to understand that health insurance companies are there to screw you over.
Well, I haven't got paid yet, but that's okay. I told them I'd give half to Palestinian relief if I got anything. Now I'm worried they'll give me $2 and $1 will go to Palestinian relief. But I feel good. I mean, you know, I'm glad people. I'm glad people do not feel great about the current state of things and are willing to openly express that. So that's good.
A week later, another lookalike contest happened after the shooter was arrested, taking place at the University of Florida. 16 Luigis gathered to participate for 3 awards. First place would get a Nerf gun, second place would get a date with the hosts, and third place would get a $5 McDonald's gift card. One of the contestants put in extra effort, bringing in a cardboard gun and a McDonald's Happy Meal, which ultimately led to his victory. Now, I can't go over every lookalike contest because you'd probably get bored, but a few to note were of Zendaya's lookalike contest that happened during a bomb cyclone, but don't get that mixed up with the lookalike contest for the challengers, which required at least 2 rodents. There was a Gordon Ramsay contest held at his own restaurant that he was not particularly fond of, a Shrek lookalike contest where tons of people showed up dressed as characters from Shrek, and there was even one held for Nacho Libre that a 2-year-old almost won. There was a Bernie Sanders lookalike contest where the winner was given minimum wage, a Heath Ledger lookalike contest where contestants were asked to do Joker beatboxing, a Jason Kelsey lookalike contest for people that like to drink beer, a Jalen Hurts lookalike contest for people that like to drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and there was even one held for Jimmy O. Yang, who joined his own lookalike contest but came in third for not having his glasses on.
I look the least like me from this picture. Look at this guy. This is more me than me.
I'd like to end off with 2 more of these, with the first being the Rachel Sonnet lookalike contest that took place at Tompkins Square Park, most famously known for having rats run around you during the day.
Look at that baby rat coming. And they don't have any fear of people. Look at that one. Look at the big rats over there. Look at this one over here.
Along with those rats is this weird-ass guy in a beanie who managed to piss off the whole internet with his vibes. He was blowing smoke towards the contestants while the organizers were presenting them, taking up parts of the shot, and you can tell by his Supreme boxers that he wanted to be noticed really badly. It's November in New York, bro. We know you're fucking cold. Go put on a jacket and stop touching people you don't know. You smell like ass. Stop touching people. His overall presence ruined much of the vibes, even staining one of the only videos available of the winner. And what better way to end off this video other than the alleged pedophile lookalike competition? A Toronto bakery decided to throw a Drake lookalike contest on December 14th, promising a Toronto Man's Pack that included Hennessy, a pack of Backwoods, and other potential prizes for the winner. After Drake discovered this, he messaged the organizers wishing to add on 10 bands. Not 50 bands, not 100 bands. Fuck it, man, let's not even discuss it, man. 10 bands to the prize pool. About 20 contestants popped out, and although Drake didn't come, we still had one Ozempic Drake, one Denim Drake, one Denim Ozempic Drake, Singer Drake, and if Drake were to eat academics.
How you taking a shorty out, brother? Well,
I'm gonna take that show out good times. You know what I'm talking about.
Between all the lookalike competitions, this was the most organized in terms of how the night went, but disorganized in terms of the aftermath. Everyone there brought tons of energy with them, dancing, goofing off, and having a very fun time. As the night dwindled down, it came down to 3 finalists. The one who looked most like Drake, Academics, and the winner of the event, Michaela Chambers, otherwise dubbed as Girl Drake.
Ready for number 1? Do you guys think we got it right? Come out. My bad, security. Yes.
The contest gained some minor attention online, with Drake even reposting some of the highlights from that night. After the competition was all said and done, Michaela was supposed to receive $10,000, but according to her, she never received it.
You have not yet seen that money.
No, I have not. I'm still waiting on it.
Did they give any sort of instruction of like, hey, the winner by this date, they're going to hear from Drake or the money is going to come from us? What was the protocol around that?
No, they just said you'll hear back from us.
That's so shady.
Hypothetical situation here. Let's say next week passes and you don't get the money. Are you taking legal action?
Oh,
are you going to sue Drake?
I'm going to bawl my eyes out. I'm gonna be like, I embarrassed myself for nothing. Like that's what the whole thing was. I'm like, am I going to embarrass myself for a bottle of Henny and a cigar?
You didn't get Henny either?
Add that to the list of shitty things Drake has done. He's now screwed over his own lookalike. To circle back to the beginning, the founder of the lookalike trend, Anthony Poe, was at the event, coming in as Adonis and being embraced by all his fathers.
I flew all the way from New York City with this Drake, but we ended up losing to the really funny girl. Since I started the Timothee Chalamet lookalike competition, I'm now in the hole $6,000. I love culture. Thank you, John, for going on an adventure with me. Thank you, Toronto, for having me. Thank you, Internet, for watching. And thank you.
What started off as only a joke, just flyers on street signs, turned into a global trend, reaching all parts of the world. Personally, I think if Timothee Chalamet hadn't shown up for the original contest, it probably wouldn't have gotten as big as it did. It may not seem like much, but it's unusual trends like these that bring communities together. They bring a sense of joy into this shitty-ass world, and they couldn't have come at a better time. Anthony Poe didn't invent lookalike competitions. They've been around since the days of Shirley Temple, but he inspired others around the world to have people get together and celebrate looking like another person. It's weird. Humans are weird. We used to watch people fight to the death for no reason. And now we have people hosting Bach lookalike contests where the winner gets to be berated by the event organizer.
What is so funny? Do I look like I'm funny? No. What about me makes you think I'm funny? Am I funny? Look, that's Joe Pesci.
I play Joe Pesci in Florida.
All right, I'm coming out. But I'm not gay. I'm coming out of retirement. Wait a minute.
So that's it. Most of the lookalikes have moved on with their lives, besides the Timothee Chalamet one. He's still doing content about it a month later. It was a cool trend. I don't expect it to last very long, but it was fun seeing it all go down. I hope you liked the video. I know this is what I usually cover, but I had lots of fun making this. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe, check out my other stuff. I swear it's not half bad. And yeah, see you on the next one.